Sergeant America coming at you. Boom! Surprisingly, I'm very tired right now. I did do a trip this weekend up to Aberdeen, South Dakota. Nice little college town. So it's a public college, NSU, Northern State University. Go Wolves. We had a little time where my wife was there for work, so I got time to move around, do some things. Was able to visit a store while I was there, Flashbax, and I'll talk a little bit more about the store at the end. I've definitely asked that people would stay just to find out about a store, but I understand I don't know how many people will make it up to Aberdeen, South Dakota. Let's see the books, right? Marvel Universe. This wonderful book makes me think of my childhood. You can see that $1 price that tells you how old I had to be at that time. It was like an encyclopedia for the Marvel Universe. You got to find out about superheroes and all that kind of stuff. And in this one, it was about their items. So, you had like Paladin's gun and the top hat here, the bands, see Quasar's bands, Ringmaster's hat, Psycho Man's control box. Back before the internet, children, this is what I had. I remember going there and spending my hard-earned allowance that I got on this just about every month. So every month it was like A through C and C through J. There was only so many of them. This one was about items, and it was just nice. I saw this one. And I just definitely wanted to have that one to remind myself of my youth. Back in the day, once again, I was a big X-Men fan, and because of that, things like this, the Return of Longshot, try and get that in good light here. This was a fun book. I can't wait to dig into that. I have not been able to get to reading that yet. Always like alternative ideas, themes, and that. So the what ifs. What if Wolverine had led Alpha Flight? So John, on demand, I know that you are a huge fan, and I'm sure you're going to want to get your fingers on that one. So because of Longshot, as you can see, it leads into the X Factor. Picked up this one mainly because of Spiral. I was a big fan of Spiral. I like the look. I like the idea of Spiral being magic and kind of tech and a fighter and everything. And back at that time, I was just all about the X-Men. So once again, X-Men. What if the X-Men lost Inferno? I remember collecting this. I was picking it up at the grocery store, so I got all the grocery store editions. I didn't know about how often they came out. I didn't know about crossovers and all that in my youth. I was just grabbing fun books, beautiful art on the covers, crazy storylines. Later on in life, I picked up Justice. I didn't read a whole lot of Justice League, but I loved, of course, Alex Ross art. And this one, so this is Alex Ross, Jim Krueger, and Doug Braithwaite. I just look at that. Of course, I am a huge also Bizarro fan. This image of him and a Superman that he's attacking at that point. I love that whole Justice storyline. What if the supervillains thought that the superheroes couldn't solve the world and they had this horrible nightmare day after day? How would they react? That's an excellent series. I hope people pick that up. I don't have that's the only one I got of that. I have the trade. Otherwise, as you know. Picked up this Will Eisner, the Spirit. As you kind of look at it, it's kind of got that, Dollmaker, ventriloquist kind of look and feel to it. I really enjoyed that. He's got all that, and then, the Spirit tied up in the background. It's just, I haven't got a chance to read through that one yet. I was really sold on the cover. I don't normally do that. I don't know if I was channeling John DaCosta at that moment, but the cover got me. So, and the shop had great prices. So, yeah, I picked that up. And then I picked up Ragman #1. I've heard people talking about him, especially since he's on the Arrow TV show now. It said #1. Of course, it ends up that this, I think, is kind of another, one of those where they try and reinvigorate the character. I don't think this is like #1 Ragman. Let me know if I'm wrong. It says the origin of the Tatterdemalion. But I'm pretty sure that this is kind of just another one of those, attempts at a #1 to grab people. So, and then lastly, yeah, it's about nostalgia. Johnny Quest at #1. This was an excellent one. Right now, like I've mentioned, I just wanted just a Johnny Quest book, and so I was able to grab this one. It's got the wraparound cover, as you can see. So, with Haji here. It's just, Doug Wiley, really fun comic. So I did enjoy that one. I was able to read that one. Also, I was able to get, while I was there, a print of the Clone Conspiracy. I guess these came out, I believe, he said, for the Halloween. So I think that was kind of nice. Another print right here. So you got Captain America, Panther. Got a book of previews, kind of give me an idea what else is bouncing around in Marvel, what's coming. And I thought this is kind of cool. These are punch-out characters, the thick cardboard stock, and then they fit into these, and you can just have them stand up on your desk. It's it's pretty nice that it's Camilla, Miss Marvel, Nova, Cyclops, the Amadeus, the Hulk, the Vision, and the Miles Morales. If they would have had those, that would have been extra cool. But all the ones I saw were just that. So the shop. It's, it says downtown Aberdeen. Of course, as you're driving through downtown, you keep going, keep going, keep going. Look at your map, keep going some more. So I would really say it's uptown. Uptown Aberdeen. Makes it bigger than what you think. I get to the shop. Flashbax is the name of it. It's sign popping right out front. You step in, wall-to-wall goodies. I mean, so there's toys immediately as you get in. There's games, figures, loose. There, vintage and package, Star Trek and He-Man, and tons of goodies. And then Eric, the owner, works 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. I think just about every day, Monday through Sunday. Hardworking guy. Knocking it out every day. Owner, worker, good guy extraordinaire. Was able to chat with him about some comics, so it was good just to get to talk with him. I was looking through some. I pulled out a couple, and as you kind of saw, I mean, the Marvel Universe first one, so you pull out, a book like this. I had to set everything aside in my mind because, I have a store here, Rainbow Cards and Collectibles. I want to put that on my mind. This is about his shop. It's about what he does. So, generally I like a comic like that, 25 cents, $1. Generally he runs $2 because, he's got to keep that place going. So I understand that. I mean, it's his private business. So, I wasn't real crazy about some of the deals. But then, like I said, as you look through some of these other books, they're really great books. And I feel that he was given really great deals on the books. As I continued chatting with him, I went there one day, bought books, came back the next day, bought more books because, he was just a great guy. I was able to talk with him each day, even though there was, quite a few customers coming in and out. And I was thinking for the size, I wasn't really going to think, I didn't believe I was going to see that many people. It was good to be proven wrong. It was good to see all the other people that came in, helping out the business, buying goods and stuff, seeing that there's community there. He let me know about his, that the library there is also very active, about bringing people in, about, supporting that community. So, it was really just a solid store, and I liked that. So like I said, the only argument that I would have had or discussion that I had with him was about, having a dollar bin, having a 50 cent or whatever for the loose ones. But he's busy. I mean, he's organizing magic cards. He is doing the comic books. He's going to cons. He's got to go purchase other product. He's got to do everything else that a business does. He's doing it himself. So once again, I just definitely want to emphasize kudos to Eric. Just day in and day out doing great work. So, like I said, got some great books. Talked with him as we were going through. He continues to give me a good deal. I don't know if it's a good guy discount. I don't know if it's just general, smart tactics or whatever it is. But like I said, it's solid. It's a solid store, solid prices in there. And I just hope that he continues to do well. I mean, it was a good store. I don't know how often I can make the 3-hour trip up to the store to purchase anything else. But I know every so often I'm going to swing by because I'll be in Aberdeen, either through my work or my wife's work or something like that, or some just fun trip. Maybe I go with some other guys. I was wearing the comic book look shirt, so it was definitely one of those things that maybe I organize a road trip up and go up with buddies and do a shop around or whatever. It was a good store, so I guess I'll just say that. Beer rating, I'd say 5 out of 6 beers. Organization, the comics would probably be the only thing I would say would be a change I would like to see. But once again, like I said, I know it comes down to he's working, busting his hump every day. That's about it. I mean, that was the thing. It is actually a remarkably larger store than what you see from the entryway. It's a deep store, continues to go back. Like I said, there's merchandise all over the walls. I tried to post a couple pictures, either to Facebook or Twitter, and so I would definitely hope that you'd see that, get to see the store. If you're in the area, northernmost South Dakota, Aberdeen, Flashbacks, it was just kicking. I was definitely happy to be there. Just so happy to see a store like that in that area. Because it's still another 2.5 hours, almost 3, up to Fargo, North Dakota. So, I mean, it's kind of in a nice area in that, with being able maybe to support the people there. It was just kind of nice in general, I just would say, I do have to say then, he does have pets. He's got a cat and he had 2 rats. That was the thing, as I was talking with him, immediately I saw the cat had come out of the office. I love cats too, as you know. He had a great kitty, and then all of a sudden, scurrying from behind him, he's got a rat around him. Oh, it was a blast to see that. I mean, it was just kind of just that overall fun, different kind of thing. He borders on that, the source of where superheroes comes from, wild character, and then just general down-to-earth kind of guy. So, I mean, Eric, I hope you continue to do well there. I hope everything goes, continue just to the best. So, hey, now I'm getting to the rambling part. So, as you know, that means I got to hit the catchphrase.